You've got the right shirt on for this as well, with your little rolled up sleeves. Very little mask energy. Also, just to establish who has 300,000 followers and who has 21.8.
Okay, well now I'm filming on my camera too, so the nice footage will like start now. This is something that I've learned about you.
I'm on the second the camera goes on.
Yes. You're like always recording, and also like nothing is safe. The times that we've done your podcast, first of all, I come on there and you're just like already recording. I'm just talking shit. Not a clue that I'm being recorded. Nobody lets me know. Nobody gives me a heads up. And then when we filmed our like last collab, there was one part that you literally edited out of context where I was like, Ashley.
Okay, to be fair, that I normally would never do. It was just too funny.
Too funny to make me look like an asshole.
No. I thought it was obvious that this was clearly a joke, but I guess people didn't. Everyone, joy babies, joy riders and joy babies. Alayna was so thoughtful and nice about how many YouTube followers I had. She did not stare into the abyss when I said how many that I had. I thought the joke was clear, but apparently I'm a fraud. Here's my promise to you. Truly, pinky promise, I will never do that again. I'm still learning the YouTube etiquette, and that is my promise.
That's why I felt the need to like set the camera up this way this time, because I'm like, I need to show Ashley. Don't mess with me anymore.
No messing around. I'm your little bratty bottom bitch, and I will.
Oh my god! Never have I
ever done that
until today.
Alayna Joy exclusive. Alayna Joy tops lil bitch bottom Ashley Gavin lesbian YouTube.
Okay, wait. Whose video are we doing first here?
I don't know. I just got out of therapy, Alayna. I am just fully. I cried.
I was gonna ask if this is like the right time.
Oh, it's the best time. Oh, I'm raw.
Oh, Bethan, because I'm working with an editor now, so if you hear me talking to Bethan, that's who I'm talking to.
What is your editor's name?
Bethan.
Did you go back to the 1700s to find this? She's
British.
Are they Mennonite?
She's British.
She's Mennonite.
She's British. Leave her alone.
Can I make a note for my editor?
Yeah, of course.
Ashley.
Are you your editor?
Ashley. Just because you're not fancy like Alayna. Ashley. Just make it work.
Just edit it. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. I didn't even have to ask this time. You were being a really great bottom, Ashley.
Was that okay for you? Did you like that cough? Do you want me to cough louder, softer, faster?
No, you did great. Thanks.
How is that pressure for that cough?
This is Ashley. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Lesbian versus Baby Gay. My name is Alayna Joy, for any of you who don't know me. I make videos mostly about the LGBTQ community here on this channel, and sometimes I have chats with my older, wiser, gayer, debatable friends.
Oh,
now Ashley Gavin.
Okay. when you get into top mode, you and I. What's up, YouTubers? I'm Ashley Gavin. I am a comedian, and I am gay.
Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Video number 2.
And the other one was so much fun. Like, truly, one of my only successful YouTube videos. I have a channel too.
That's not true.
I have a channel too, and it's just joy babies who pity me and come over and subscribe to watch my stand-up comedy. I also do too, though.
You have a very successful podcast, very successful TikTok.
True. That's true.
And you're a very successful queer woman, I would say.
Thank you so much.
I would posit. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're absolutely welcome.
I am. I'm successfully queer.
Well, how do you define yourself as a successful queer?
I would say I'm a successful queer in that I have been on a recent mental health journey, and what's that?
Anytime someone says the word journey, you have to drink, because it's such a buzzword. Cracks me up.
I'm so upset right now that I fell into that trap. I'm so f***ing upset.
Every person that owns social media has fallen into that trap.
Here, let's get real, okay? I was not a healthy person in relationships. I dodged a few flower pots in my day, but having been in that position, you're worried. You're like, cut. I went through a lot to change sort of how I look at relationships, and I had a really healthy relationship recently that ended really amicably, and I consider that a win. And that's why I say I'm a successful queer, because I had one good one, and a lot of people never do.
I think that's a really positive reframe. The relationship ended amicably, and you parted because it just wasn't working, and it was time to part. Not because like there was some big blow up or there was some toxic part of the relationship or whatever.
It was like a logistical issue that we both recognized was not sustainable.
I went over on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, be sure to do that because that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
And I asked you all for questions for me and Ashley to discuss.
And I'm just going to say there's a part 2 on my channel.
Yes. So we're going to be answering a bunch of questions over here, and then we're going to go over to Ashley's channel and continue the conversation.
You are.
This is not staged, but I did see someone ask me what the best adult toys were. Like if I had any specific adult toy recommendations. And so, thank God for the sponsor of today's video, Adam and Eve.
Organic.
Thank you so much.
Super organic.
Just a smooth transition. You have all seen me work with Adam and Eve 100 times before, and by now, I hope that you know that if you use code FENDER, you get 50% off 50% off one single item, as well as free shipping within Canada and the USA.
Am I allowed to talk?
Yes.
That's an incredible deal.
I know.
I'm not being paid for this. That's an incredible deal.
Pick whatever you want. Put in the code 50% off. You're welcome.
I'm gonna use it.
And you can also just tell me if you want anything from my box.
Ayo. Yeah, I want something from your box.
Adam and Eve sent me a bunch of their toys. Take special stock in the things I'm about to show because a lot of these were requested specifically by my friends. So these are personally tried and true by people that I know. This is the Eve's vibrating strapless strap-on. I'm gonna just like unbox this stuff with you as if we're on FaceTime.
My vagina could never hold this thing. I don't know whose vagina is strong enough, but I guess it must work because they sell them.
Okay, so not a great review.
No, not a great ad read at all.
Okay, so this one is not for Ashley, but very fun to try. These types of toys have been specially requested by my friends like 100 times. These like suction style, instead of being a vibrator, right, your classic like, it like gently or not so gently, depending on the setting you choose.
Goes from gentle all the way to real freaking insensitive and rude, honestly.
Air pulse stimulator, Satisfier Pro 2.
That's great for people who have trouble orgasming.
Yes, okay. You want to say more about that?
So my buddy Remy, she's a podcast called How Come. She looks into orgasms for people with vulvas who have trouble orgasming. That toy is really helpful for those folks.
Okay, so if you have trouble, getting there, give that a try. Rechargeable metal vibrator.
Looks like a spoon from here. Come on over and scoop me out, Adam and Eve. Let's go. I want some deep spoonage. I'm the big spoon and you're the little spoon. Get in there.
If the sales of the Tease Me rechargeable metal vibrator don't just skyrocket after this video, I don't understand.
Why am I not getting Adam and Eve? Come on. Who else is doing the spoon bits?
This one I can't really show because it's so realistic.
Whoa, boy. I can see it on the side.
You can see the side.
I did not give consent. I did not give consent for that snap of your junk, Alayna. That is.
I will say.
You gotta put a little. At least make me put blur over it before I hit click on it. You know what I mean?
Sorry. It's a very realistic looking strap-on, which is not everyone's thing. But again, I will say this specific product was a specific recommendation from someone who has used it. It got a great review.
Wearing it or receiving? Oh, both.
Both. Whereas you can also just order a strap. So if you already have a dildo that you like, and you want a dildo.
Oh, a fucking long ass dildo? A huge silicone peen?
Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. If you already have
a
that you enjoy or that your partner enjoys, but you want to use it as a strap, you can just buy a harness separately.
Put that dildo right on the circle bit like God intended, and you and your gay lover can have a good time.
Just like God intended.
Cut. Bethan, cut.
If any of this interests you, be sure to use code Fender. Oh God, I'm a mess.
You were almost crying earlier, and then you had to launch into that sponsorship, and now we're back to your Instagram questions. Meanwhile, I'm here just roasting the shit out of you.
It's better that way, honestly. Otherwise, it's just kind of probably sad to watch.
Follower, do you find this sad to watch? Leave a note in the comments. I couldn't watch this. Too sad. This is Alayna's blood, sweat, and tears.
It's like so many more feelings.
Yeah, you're gay now, so.
And someone asked me last week, what makes you no longer be a baby gay? And
Heartbreak.
I'm like, honestly, I don't really feel like a baby gay anymore.
You've bled from your heart.
Yes.
The salt of your tears mixing together in the
has
cauldron.
Watered, has nurtured
Yes.
my growth from baby gay
Yeah.
into a fully fledged lesbian.
That's what lesbians are made of. Just blood and
God.
tears.
Like every queer that I've had on this series that's like more experienced than I am just seems so tired.
It's exhausting. I don't feel anymore.
Oh God, Ashley, this is not the kind of advice
Totally
that
dead
we're
inside.
looking for.
Kids, when you don't feel anymore, that's when you know that you're an elder gay. Zoom on my face. When your soul is scorched like the earth in the apocalypse, then you're a lesbian.
That's so depressing. So should we like get into questions, or should I just like ask you my own advice questions?
Alayna, whatever you need. I'm here to tell you that nothing matters, and we're all gonna die.
Oh, Ashley, stop.
No, everything. Obviously, I'm doing a bit. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna figure it out. We will love again, probably within 2 weeks.
That's more like it. That's more what I'm looking for.
Great.
Thank you so much.
That is what being a lesbian is. Your broken heart and your unquenchable thirst for love. That's what makes a lesbian a lesbian. I have been through literally every type of breakup. I am that ancient and elder gay. I have done all of them. Like, you think you've been through it? I've seen it. You are not unique, okay? You are not special.
Big question I see on here is like, what's the best thing to do after a breakup? How do you move forward when the feelings don't go away? Like, this is the experience of me coming from before I realized I was gay. When I would have a breakup, it was like, it was sad and it hurt and it was painful to have those conversations. But at the end of the day, it was like, okay, I'm not an emotional person really. Like, I'm not generally someone who like gooey or corny, but like it physically
Yeah.
hurts in my chest.
For sure. I feel that way all the time, 24/7. So I
This is new.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. You have loved. That's great. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. Like, seriously, you have like lived your full truth. You have experienced love as a gay woman, and that's a wonderful thing. And isn't it so great that you have the capacity to do that? That is a moment of gratitude that we can all have, even though it blows. At least you are not a person without emotions who cannot feel love. The second thing is, you said a bunch of things that I will respond to, and who the am I? I'm a piece of shit. I don't know. But
Hey! Don't.
Okay, I won't. I think just like anything else, there is not going to be some miracle turning point that you're waiting for with your emotions. You just kind of have to every day try and be as active as possible, because my philosophy is like, dude, I am a wallower. I have wallowed. I have been in the bed all day with Ben and Jerry's. There's no amount of things that you're going to put into your schedule that will keep you from having time to experience your emotions, because we all go to bed at night and we all go to bed alone. So don't worry. We will have time for that. But I think you need to make sure that you make time for things that keep your brain healthy, like socializing. And I don't just mean texting your friends. That's not socializing. I mean, try to have one social appointment every single day. That's just like keep you sane as a human being. Exercising is really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can talk to a therapist, talk to a therapist. Make sure you go to work. I know that a lot of times you want to stay home, but the reality is all these other things in your life are pillars of your mental health and pillars of who you are as a person. You need purpose, you need friends, you need family. All of those things are just as important as your relationship. Your relationship is only one facet of who you are, so make sure you're keeping the other things healthy. That's my like general breakup advice.
Excellent advice. That's where I went. Like immediately I was like, okay, I have to fill my time. I have to keep doing the things that I love doing. I have to keep myself busy. And what threw me off was that even in doing all of those things, I just felt sad.
Yeah.
Like all the time. I felt sad all the time. Everything kind of lost its shine.
Yep.
I feel a lot of wonder and excitement at the world naturally. That's always been a part of who I am. And so to be in the world and doing these things that would usually bring me so much joy and just feel nothing was like, am I ever gonna feel better? Am I ever gonna feel normal again?
You will. And it's good that you're taking stock in that, to be able to have gratitude that you're like, oh, I ate breakfast without thinking about her today.
Yeah.
To have gratitude in that, because
yeah,
I know it's sad to like let go of a person that you love, but that's like kind of a win. And I remember in my last relationship, the one before Jen, shout out Jen, hey Jen, I'm thinking about you all the time. But in the relationship before Jen, which was really unhealthy, I still have residual scarring from that relationship. It was so toxic. But man, I remember the first day that I went without thinking about her, and I got into bed and I was like, oh my God, I didn't think of her today. And there was this mixture of sadness about that, to be moving on, but also gratitude that like, oh, I am going to be okay.
Whew. This is like real talk. Like we're like not even cracking jokes.
I've been through so many breakups, Alayna. You're gonna be okay.
So this is a good question. After a breakup, how do you stop comparing every person you might date with your ex?
I don't think you can. I think you just have to say, there it goes, I did it again. I compared this person to my ex, and just, that's all you have to do. You don't have to judge yourself for that thought. You don't have to try and stop that thought. All you need to do is go, I just did it again. In your heart, you know that is not fair to do to the person that you're dating. And eventually, it will go away. You just need to focus on you being healthy and cultivating relationships.
Yeah, it's just name it.
Name it.
Move on.
Yep.
People want to know, like, what do you do to forget about your ex or your crush? Which is kind of the same answer.
You really can't. Like,
Yeah.
it'll fade. It's like any wound. It will fade. But like, there are days where I remember something with my ex from when I was in high school, and now it's fond. Now I'm like, oh, what a wonderful time I had with that person. Before, if that thought had entered my brain in like college, I'd be like very sad. I'd be like, oh, I'm never going to meet anyone like her, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It just transforms with time. These are not helpful answers. They're just...
No, it is, because that's the reality of it, is like you just need time, and until it starts to heal and that time passes, it's gonna be painful and it's gonna be hard, and that's just the reality of it, and trying to force it to be any other way is gonna make you feel worse.
Don't judge yourself and don't force anything.
How much is too much talking after the breakup? Or someone else asked, is it okay to be friends with your ex?
I think that varies, but you don't want to have a dependency on your ex. So this is something that I was going through with Jen a lot. Like, there were things about each other's lives that only each of us understood. And I felt like I didn't want her to not reach out if she needed me, and vice versa. I really only tried to contact her when those things came up.
Yeah, so it's almost like you'll know when you're ready to be a part of each other's lives once you've already kind of established or re-established your relationships outside of the two of you.
Totally.
How do I deal with my ex having moved on insanely quickly? So like the person that the relationship like your ex is like, boom, moved on.
Compare and despair. Compare and despair. I don't know if you've heard that phrase. No. But we talk about it a lot in comedy, entertainment, like looking at what other people are doing and comparing it to your own situation is only going to make you despair.
Ah.
That is even harder than the compare and despair in comedy, because there's only one other person involved in the breakup. You can't really refocus. Oh man, I think for that one, you just got to know that you are two different people, and we can't really judge how they're handling it. You can only do right for yourself.
And mute their social medias. Stop looking at it.
Amen.
Stop looking at it. Okay, this one I love. This person said, need to know your most petty breakup revenge. Do you know yours? The pettiest thing you...
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. Oh.
See, and I'm like, I have one thing that I did that I think was petty, and I told a friend about it recently, and she was like, Alayna, what? Like,
I want to hear it.
I dated someone who was like big into running. Like right when we were breaking up, they had a leg injury. They were like having a lot of trouble running because like they hurt their leg. And so during my upset time, I like went running, and I'm not a big runner. I don't run a lot, but I would like go running, and I would gloat about how my legs didn't hurt.
Like on your social media? Like in the weirdest Instagram?
Myself.
Oh, just to yourself?
In my own head. I would just be like, I don't even like running, but at least my legs don't hurt.
I really thought you were out there posting on your story like, I just ran 5 miles and I don't even have knee pain.
No, just in my own brain. And that's probably that's the pettiest I can think of that I've been.
One of my ex's dates will marry this girl who is like a bootleg version of me, and I cannot stop looking at their Instagrams.
Oh God.
Just being like, man,
just
you really went to the dollar store and picked up a new Ashley. Like, that is so crazy.
That is petty.
It's so petty. I show her picture to all of my friends, being like, did you see this? It's very petty. It's so petty.
Someone said, what's the one thing all lesbians do when they break up with someone? What's like the most stereotypical? Because I don't know. I'm sure I'm being a stereotype in ways that I don't even realize.
I feel like for me, it's probably when we get back together, it will be blah, 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 blah.
Right,
Planning for when we get back together. That's what I do.
Yes.
Every single time.
You're like, it's just done for now. We'll work on it. We'll work on our
We'll figure our paths will cross.
It's a lot of like, how do I get over her? How do I actually get over her? How do I not be in love with her anymore?
You really have to accept that there will be no one moment that you are over, and there is no one thing that you can do to be over, other than to live your life every day to the fullest. That's all you can do. And I know it like hurts. There's just no substitute for time and your well-being. The worst thing you can do is to pause your life. We are all going to take breaks naturally when we feel so emotionally exhausted and we want to watch a movie and we want to eat a pint of ice cream, and that's totally normal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying don't get stuck there. That's how you really prolong getting over somebody.
You have to remember too, it ended for a reason. It ended because it wasn't working. It ended for whatever was happening in your breakup. You have to keep that at the forefront of your mind. And if you were broken up with and you didn't want the relationship to end, I always think, why would you want to be with somebody that doesn't want to be with you? That person is not there with you. Like, go find somebody who wants to celebrate you.
You can do better.
Yes,
you can do better. You can do better.
Yes.
It might feel like they were the perfect person for you, but trust me, if they did not want to be there, they are not the perfect person for you. Period.
Exactly.
You deserve to be loved wholly and completely. You little joy baby.
Yeah, you little joyrider. I've taken it on. I've taken it on.
Is it joyriders or joy babies? Have I been saying it wrong?
It's kind of both interchangeably.
I am so honored by this whole thing.
I don't know how to feel. That's good for, we've talked a lot already. How long is this video? Who knows? There will definitely be outtakes over on Patreon, so if you aren't a patron of mine already, definitely go and check that out. While we're talking about it, let's say an extra huge thank you to my VIP patrons, my vitally important producers. You can get your name on the credits list, you can get access to bonus content, there's so much fun stuff over on Patreon. Another huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, Adam and Eve. Use my code FENDER. Take care of yourself with Adam and Eve. Ashley, we will now film part 2 for your channel, so that will also be linked in the description. Definitely go and watch that. Thank you for watching this.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Become a joy baby.
Be a joy baby. I'm a joy baby.
Thank you for being here, Ashley.
I f***ing love being here. It's my favorite place to be, besides Jen's arms. Miss ya.
Oh God.
Breakups are hard.
That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hey, boobs. Boobs.
Oh, hi. You want to say hi? You want to show Ashley we can still do our trick?
Oh my God. I'm not in New York right now. I don't have my cat. Full T.
We can still do our trick.